People of the internet, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Out of the Park Baseball 17 Premier League Baseball GM Mode Sim. I am F5 Penguin. You can find me all over the internet at F5 Penguin. And in the last video, no surprise, more losses. We won one, lost, I believe it was 3 out of the 5 games. We are going to be simming to August 24th, and we did recap the corrupted file, I guess you can call it, and showed you all of the changes and movements we had to make to get back on, I don't want to say track, just to keep playing baseball until the end of the season. My owner is completely furious. Mickey Draper is mad beyond reason at our crappiness, and we continue the trend of not figuring out why we're not winning games. I think the Brooklyn Atlantics are cursed. That's what I'm going to go with. We're cursed. Something in the water. You know, it's 1950. The water in Manhattan's pretty bad. You know, New York's going through an industrial revolution, something, 9/11. I don't know, but we're losing, and it's not good. So let's see where we're at. We were 18-35. We are now 22-36. Hey, progress. I'll take it any way I can get it at this point. Let's look at the mail and see what's up. Big day by Kleinmeyer. Sparks Atlantics win. 5 RBIs for Kleinmeyer. So when we're facing, what is it? The right-handed batters, right? Kleinmeyer is killing it. But when we face left-handed pitchers, he is not. Because he's not starting, because he doesn't succeed well. So let's see the box score for this win of 10-6 versus Houston, who has a losing record as well, so we should have won there. Zelaya gets his 9th save. Amazing. Cobra comes in for Punkachar and puts up 2 for 2. So Cobra is just a backup at center field, no less. What is happening? He also pinch hits for Espinoza at first base, goes 0 for 2. So he's 2 for 4 on the day. Kleinmeyer goes 2 for 5 with 5 RBIs and a walk. I like that. Can't hate that at all. Philpott 3 for 6. Cantu 0 for 5. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. What in the world is going on with you, Cantu? That's not acceptable. Romero gets a win, and I tell you, Romero's ERA under 3 for the season. I think we've hit a nice little patch for him. He's doing well. And then look at John Martin, crapping it up as a starter, but gets a hold here in the as a reliever, and Moreno just doesn't produce. Lets up a run. So 5th stolen base for Espinoza, 14th stolen base for Philpott. I like that, and we get a win to start off this sim. Clark gets win in Brooklyn rout, 11-1 over Houston. I'll take wins any way I can get them. I don't care who they're against, so that's okay. And looking at it here, let's see. Wow, 3 runs in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. And Clark gets his win. Moreno comes in for an inning. That's not bad. Cobra goes 0 for 0 for 0 for 0. He just comes into defensive sub, it looks like there. Espinoza 1 for 4. Philpott 1 for 3. 2 walks. Yeah, you're gonna walk Philpott a lot of times there. I know that. Cantu comes up big. 2 for 4. 2 RBIs. 2 hits. And a walk. I like that a lot better. That's an improvement. And Fountain plays, goes 0 for 4. Now, Fountain's average has dropped here to 268 on the season. You'll remember he was hitting above 300 for a while. So I think the decision to bring up Pena was a good one. At least that's what it looks like right here. Stolen bases. Philpott gets his 15th and Hymas gets his 7th. I'm okay with wins, even against bad teams. So let's move on there. And multi-home run day for Woodbury. Saints overpower the Atlantics 8-5. Let's see. The Saints have a bad record too, but we lost. Sad day. We put up 4 in the 4th, and that was about it. And they continued being consistent throughout the game. 1 for 5 Punkachar. 2 for 4 Alston. Hymas blanked out. Pena blanked out. And a lot of pitchers come in there. So we have Zamorano, Lombard, Martin. Lombard is a little bit of a specialist. Comes in when he needs to. 4 walks, though. Blah. Blah. I don't like that. How many innings has he pitched? He's pitched 41 innings in 30 games. 3 ERA. 20 balls, 38 strikes. I don't think that's great. Ooh, errors across the board, too. Look at this. So Alston, Pena, and Philpott with errors on the season. and a pass ball by Pena. He's going to grow. I know I said I'm bringing him up because of the pass balls from Fountain, but Fountain doesn't have the same arm or ability, and he's much older. So we look there. I can't pull him up on the roster here. Let's go to the roster real quick. Fountain is 25, 4.434, and Pena is 21, 4.335, and he's going to grow. And Fountain's arm 5'4", and we got 6s across the board for Pena. So I think this is still the better move. And since we were, having problems anyway in the season, we might as well make the sub and let him grow and get experience. So we're doing that. We win our second game 4-2. Quick look here. 21-36 moving into this after this game. And Kleinmeyer, again, a 3-run home run, bottom of the second. Man, that's his 7th of the season. Kleinmeyer, he's surprising me. So the good news here is if we let Austin go, which I hope he does, look at his contract. He has the option to opt out for $750,000 at 35 years old. If he pulls a Nieves and gets paid way too much to be way too bad and way too old, he'll stay. I'm hoping he just opts out because he wanted out anyway. So the fact that he has asked to move prior to the end of the season hopefully means he won't re-up his contract. That'll save us a lot of money, and we can move Kleinmeyer right into that spot because clearly it's working. We just have to find a couple of other things to build around him, Philpott, and Cantu while we have Cantu for another season or two. Burleson gets his win, 2nd on the season. Moreno gets a hold, 7th hold of the season, and Zelaya gets his 10th save of the season, going in the double digits. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Full inning pitch for Zelaya. His ERA, it does not look as good as it did a couple of seasons ago, but we're still getting the production we need from him when he's able to perform in the capacity of which we need him. So that is important here. Cantu, in the last game against the St. Paul Saints, puts up a grand slam. So I'm saying Cantu's silent. He puts up a grand slam, and the Atlantics, my team, scores 7 in the 3rd. Oh, that's good. And we win 9-8. Don't even have to play the 9th inning there for us. So I like that. Looking at the pitching here, Hernandez, Martin, Chavez, Lombard, Rydell. Ooh, Hernandez gets lit up. 6 in the 1st. Good Lord. I might have to question J Dollar's decision on this. 6 in the 1st. Ooh, that's not good. Martin then comes in and gets his win, and Chavez eats up a couple of innings. Rydell gets the save. All right. We're working as a team. All right, and that's going to be the last game. And then let's take a look here. We have Danny Salazar, starting pitcher from Venezuela. Let's take a look at him. Reports say 4.44. We will wait for OSA before we make a decision. We always do. So want to see what he turns out to be. If he turns out to be anything higher than 5s on OSA's side, I will take the chance. But if any number matches a 4 or lower, we will be cutting him. It's what we do with all of our talent in the international roster there. So quick look here at our roster. We got 1 day left for Williamson, and 11 days left for Weiss to come back. And then as far as injury time in the minors, you'll look here and see 2 weeks, 7 months, 3 months, 2 weeks, 9 months, 3 months, 4 weeks, 4 months. So no one's coming back anytime soon. Checking injuries in the minors, and we don't have any, thankfully. A couple of players are not panning out. As you can see, the down arrows mean they're just not performing as well as they could be in the current league that they're in. And we do have a bunch of talent ready to come up. So the good news here is if we lose a lot of our players to options, which I believe we have a couple coming up outside of losing Wilson, which I'm fine with. We'll just go get another shortstop. We can bring up some talent. We do have some holes to fill, and hopefully some of those batters will have higher than 5 across the board, or we can at least hope. Quick look here at the front office. We have not fixed our attendance problem, and that is highly due to 3 losing seasons back-to-back. That's just what it comes down to. As you can see, our fan interest went from 96 to 89 in 1 season. That's going to have something to do with it. Now, our fan loyalty is above average, and our market size is still huge. So we're kind of in a lucky position being in New York where we can afford to lose games and still make some money. But if you look at accounting, we are going to be just under $1 million lost for the season. and that's going to put us at a negative cash balance at the end of the season. We'll have to see how that shakes out for the beginning of next season. And again, if those contracts expire, our player salary drops significantly, and I'm hoping that that happens. It's going to be something we rely on. Looking at the info here, you know where we're at the bottom. The only thing we're really good in is stolen bases and apparently in extra base hits, and that's because of Philpott mainly. We'll go look at pitching this time. I told you we look at pitching stats. Pitching stats 1, sorted by ERA, and we're looking and seeing that Romero surprisingly is doing his job right now. I am baffled as to how. I don't know what he's doing. Opponent average, the leader is Elia Lombard second. Balls to 9. We got Nick Clark, 1.7. He's on fire right now, and so is Punkachar, and I got to go back to him real quick so you can see what's going on. He is stellar for us, I will say. Batting over 300 with a .433 slugging percentage and a 2.4 wins above replacement ratio. This is huge because we thought this would just be a stopgap for Capra. Capra gets injured. Punkachar has an amazing season. So we can hold for a while, and we're going to be okay. He's got 3 home runs, 25 RBIs, 24 walks, 49 strikeouts. He's only going to get better. Okay, his contact's going to max out at a 4, power's a 4, but if we can get his eye up a little bit more, he's going to be hitting a lot better. I think he'll move up a bit, especially that he's getting so much playing time in the majors. That's going to accelerate his progression. I'm hoping when the next reports come out, he will be up by a couple points there in a couple of categories, or so we can hope. So yeah, back to pitching here. You can pause it right here and take a look at what we got going on. The good news is our pitching is somewhat leveling back out. It's not like what it was in the 51, 52 seasons, but it's getting better. And as long as we can keep working at that, we'll be okay. In the next video, Williamson will be coming back. That's good news. And we will see if we can just salvage the season. I don't believe we have too many games left. So if we go back here, we don't have too many left. So we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 sims left. So we'll knock that out in like 3 or 4 videos. And looks like we got, 5, 10, 11, 15, 22 games. If we can get back to 500, I'll be pretty happy. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of where I want to live, and it'll put us in a better position for next season. So I will report back once we see how that shakes out. We'll leave it at this screen today. This is the home screen for the entire team. We're 30-31 in the single A, 37-24 in double A, 35-26 in triple A. Looking good for our talent. You can see Capra, even though he's injured, he's one of our top prospects. You can see Brunk's stats here. And our shortstop, Kurt Brady, that's going to be a guy we want to bring up soon as well. He is doing pretty well in the single A ball. So that being said, I will leave it here. You can look at that. Link is in the description below for the website where you can go to see all of my player stats and all the stats for the entire league, as well as rosters and things of that nature and transaction history and all that stuff you guys like to dig into. So look at that. Let me know what you think on Twitter at F5Penguin or all over the internet at F5Penguin. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe to this video. We appreciate the support. And until next time, this was Out of the Park Baseball 17, Premier League Baseball GM Mode Sim. I will see you all in the next video.